So many people have been asking me lately, since home prices are going down right now, are apartment building prices going down too? Well, this is really not apples with apples. It's like apples with tangerines. Why? Because apartment building prices are really based on what investors are willing to pay and what they're going to earn, what the NOI is showing. And homes are really based on supply and demand. But wow, what a ride. For the past 5 years, apartment building owners hit the jackpot with their property values going up nationally by 37%, according to Marcus and Millichap. This was fueled by record rental increases of 15% in 2021 and 6.4% in 2022. Well, that's like over 20% in 2 years. But what really made this possible was mortgage rates hitting their lowest ever, with our 10-year fix going down to, oh my gosh, I think it was like 3.1% in January of 2021. But this trend is slowing now, and as you will see in a moment, not sustainable. According to CBRE, the average multifamily cap rate went up by 38 basis points in the last quarter of 2022, which means prices are starting to come down. And thank goodness. Oh, as a commercial mortgage banker specializing in financing nationally, 2022 was the year from hell. It was a head-on collision between property values going up and mortgage rates going up. This produced smaller loan sizes, killing our deals, which was not at all fun. Also, having to tell my client, James, oh my gosh, so sorry, but 40% down is just not going to cut it now. Do you think you could come up with maybe like 50% down? Well, he replied, really? I'm only making 4% as it was. Now you want me to make about 2% on my investment? I told him to renegotiate the price with the seller. That's what made sense to me. But the seller opted to just take the property off the market, which is exactly what most sellers seem to be doing these days. This, along with buyers not wanting to pay today's high prices, has created the lowest level of supply and demand of multifamily properties for sale since 2009, according to Moody Analytics. And this has kept supply and demand in a really weird place. Usually when supply is low, as it is now, demand is at its highest, but today both supply and demand are low, which doesn't really make sense. And this is what is keeping prices up there right now. So what's going on with buyers today? Well, most don't really know what an apartment building is really worth. And worse than that, they think they're buying at the top of the market, which they probably are. And maybe a recession is around. Oh my gosh, but sellers now, on the other hand, they are smart. They know this is not a good time to sell with mortgage rates so high, and they're just not putting their properties on the market. And why should they? Most have locked in a very low rate, and if they sell and buy at replacement property today, it's going to be at a very high rate. It's just money in the bank for them to wait until rates come down to sell. So stick around. In this video, I will be going over 5 reasons why I think today's multifamily prices are not based on reality and why they will be coming down in 2023. I'm Terry Painter, the president of Apartment Loan Store since 1997, where we have over 40 multifamily loan programs to choose from. I'm also the author of this 500-page plus book, The Encyclopedia of Commercial Real Estate Advice, which has everything from A to Z on the subject, plus many great stories from my clients. So here are the 5 reasons why I think multifamily prices will be coming down as 2023 goes on. Well, number 1 is that rents are just flat right now. Fannie Mae, in their 2023 Multifamily Outlook Report, expects rents to only go up 1.5% in 2023. Well, if you compare that to over 20% in the last 2 years, that's nothing. And they're also expecting rental concessions and vacancies to go up. The number 1 reason why commercial property valuations go up is because the income approach in the appraisal shows that the net operating income has gone up because rents have been raised. When rents get raised, this goes right to the bottom line. Okay, so let's go into why multifamily prices are going to come down. Number 2, there are going to be too many units on the market for rent. According to Fannie Mae, 783,000 new units are coming online in 2023. This will create an overabundance of apartment units on the market, which should continue to keep rents flat, raise vacancies, and raise concessions. Okay, let's go into number 3. Demand is slowing. Again, according to Fannie Mae, investors purchased 70% fewer multifamily properties in the last quarter of 2022. This is proof that demand has slowed dramatically. Why? Because investors just couldn't make the numbers work, as such high prices combined with those insanely high interest rates scared them away. Okay, so let's go into number 4. Inflation is still high. Too many renters are already paying more than they can afford, with inflation still at 6.4%. Think about that, the prices just went up 20% in the last 2 years. So, how much can their salaries afford? And wages have certainly gone up too, but not enough. So let's go into the big one, which is number 5, as to why prices on multifamily properties should be coming down. Mortgage rates are going to stay high. As mentioned, low mortgage rates was the #1 reason why apartment building prices got so high in the first place. This is simply because investors were able to qualify for a much larger loan. But until the Feds achieve their goal of bringing inflation down to 2%, they are likely going to keep raising short-term rates, which trickle up to long-term rates. Come on now, how much is an investor willing to put down on a loan? It used to be like 20 to 25%. Now they have to put more like 45 to 50%. Are they going to want to put down 60%? I don't think so. This is simply not sustainable. And as a client of mine recently summed up perfectly, if I buy at today's high prices, I will be paying what the property will be worth in 2 years, and that's if I can raise rents enough. Why would I do that? Okay, so my advice is to wait. Based on these 5 reasons, I expect prices on apartment buildings to come down slowly. And by the last quarter of 2023, I think it will be definitely a good time to buy. Okay, so you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, and for current apartment building mortgage rates, you can go to my website and get all those on just about every program we have. We have over 40 as mentioned. And if you would like to take a preview of my book, there's a link below to that as well, the Encyclopedia of Commercial Real Estate Advice. And thanks for watching. See you on the next video, and be well.